I bought the cheapest Xiaomi phone, and by the end of this video, you're gonna know whether it's any good and whether you should buy it. Also, you'll find out how you can win one of these in a giveaway coming really soon. This phone has a 6.5-inch IPS panel that goes up to a resolution of 720 by 1600 that is almost visible at 400 nits when outdoors. In my opinion, really isn't bright enough, so be prepared to squint or cover the screen if you're using it in direct sunlight. Its bezels are reasonable enough though, giving it a 81% screen to body ratio, and it looks just fine. It's 60Hz and its colors are a little tad muted and bland, and the viewing angles aren't great, but it's good enough for YouTube and games, and its touch responsiveness is reasonably quite good as well. The design and the build of this phone is honestly pretty bad. It's the weakest spot on this device, and that's saying a lot. The whole body is plastic, it's ugly, and it's still micro USB. I understand micro USB for like target audience and market demographic reasons, but I really think all phones in 2022 should move to USB-C. Also, if Vivo can make a phone that looks this good for the same price, I don't know why Redmi isn't trying any harder, because this is gorgeous, this is kind of poopy. It makes it look real obsolete. Inside the phone is a MediaTek Helio P22 8-core processor. It's only got 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage, though you can get one with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. It's hardly fast, but it's enough to scroll social media if you don't scroll too quickly, because it kind of stutters a little bit if you're scrolling too quickly. Loading times into apps are quite atrocious, noticeably worse than its competitors. And here are the benchmarks. Here it is running COD Mobile. It's playable, but it isn't the smoothest gameplay experience ever. And when big explosions do happen on screen because someone keeps getting Predator missile squeak, you're gonna experience some frame dips and some annoying hiccup. It's still playable for casual gamers, and for a phone like this, I will keep the bar on the floor and I won't be unfairly harsh on it. Camera benchmarks, by the way, are coming at the end of the video, so make sure you watch to the end for that. It's running Android 11, and I personally won't expect any big updates if I were buying this phone. So you will be pretty behind on OS features relative to the newer Android phones. But it's using MIUI, which is a very heavy UI skin, so I doubt you will really notice even if it got updated to Android 12 or Android 13. To some it looks nice, but to me, MIUI is just too much. It's subjectively ugly and over bloated and heavy, and in my opinion it tries too hard to be an iPhone. There's a lot of stuff to like here though. The massive 5000 mAh battery is absolutely awesome. I love that budget phones have just these big chunky batteries. And on such a low power chip and a low resolution screen that doesn't really get all that bright, the battery in here will last for days and days and days on a charge, making it an excellent phone if you are traveling or you need a burner phone because you are Walter White and a drug dealer.
Goddamn right.
It also supports dual SIM as well, which is good, and it has a micro SD card slot for cheap expandable storage, which is excellent. What isn't as nice though is the cameras. It looks like it has 4 in the back, but it only has 1. It's a lie, it's a scam, it's clickbait, more clickbait than this video, which you should hit the thumbs up button for if you did enjoy. The rear camera is a 13 megapixel shooter, and the selfie camera is a 5 megapixel selfie camera. Honestly, in good light, like most cameras these days, it's very usable. In fact, I find the images on here nice and pretty sharp. It's just that the moment you go into a dim situation or dark situation, it gets noisy and really very intolerable, worse than even the iPhone 5S. Okay, maybe not that bad. And while it does have a night mode, the night mode really doesn't do all that much to improve image quality, so as much as possible, try to get images in good light or turn on the flash. It also does up to 1080p 30fps video, which in good light looks alright once again with the rear camera, enough for social media, since social media is really more about the content than the image quality, but it's not really that great for much else, especially in dimly lit situation. In conclusion then, the Redmi 10A. It's a phone that's just enough to be a phone, which is fair enough because the price tag is only just enough to be considered a price tag. It's a very cheap phone at 159 Singapore dollars. It's not for geeks and enthusiasts like you and me, but it's a phone that will do the phone job just fine. But is it the best choice for a cheap phone? Well, make sure you subscribe because there is going to be a 3-way shootout between this, the Vivo Y02s, which is its same price compatriot, and its competitor from Oppo, the A17K, coming really soon. And in that video, I'll be giving away all 3 of this phone, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that because that video is going to be an absolute banger. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful. And I'll see you guys literally tomorrow.